So when your child is born, there is a sign that they could have jaundice. Depending on how early your child is, if they're quite early it might take a few weeks. I think it was almost 4 weeks for my child's jaundice to go away. You can tell this by the colour of their skin, the eye colour, the white of their eyes will be yellow, and as well with their gums, your health visitor and midwife will obviously check on those. If it's not gone within a certain amount of time, depending on when your baby's born, then you would have to go to the hospital, and they'll do some sort of like it's to do with like lights and stuff. I never had to do that, so I'm not too sure on that. And if your child gets conjunctivitis, I'm not sure if I have a picture, but if I do I'll insert it somewhere. Basically you just get some cool boiled water, so boil some water, put it in a pot, wait for it to cool down, just sort of like cold, just so it's sterilised mainly while you're boiling it. But it can be cold, anything, as long as it has been fresh boiled water and it has cooled down. Just get a cotton pad and just wipe it from the outer to the inner of the eye. If they do get conjunctivitis, you will get some questions from like the doctors or someone saying about like what the birth was like. Was it vaginal, cesarean and whatnot? If it was a normal delivery, if there was any infections during or after pregnancy. Is your child peeing and pooping fine? The colour of their poo, if they're feeding alright, because for me my child went back down to 2 ounces when she had conjunctivitis, when she was on about 3 ounces. But it cleared up in about just under 2 weeks, because they say if your child's under a certain age, I think it's like 5 weeks, they can't have any drops or anything. So if it's lasting more than 14 days, obviously you need to contact them again, but obviously if it does happen, contact your doctor straight away. And obviously talk them through like the colour of the conjunctivitis, if it's yellow, green and whatnot. And then if your child is of a certain age, obviously you'll get eye drops and whatnot. When your child has its 8-week checkup, when it's first due the injections, they recommend you give Calpol to them straight after the injections. It's mainly for, there's something in the first shot that they do, I don't know if it's hepatitis B or something like that. They have it at 8 weeks and they have it again at, not the next injection after that, which is when they're 12 weeks. It's the one after that you'll have to give them Calpol again. It's mainly you do it after they've first been injected. And then after that first dose, it's 4 to 6 hours after that, and then again 4 to 6 hours after that first dose. And don't give it it's just 3 doses, don't give them any more within the 24-hour period, and they should be fine. It's just to keep their fever down and stop them from having any sleeping patterns. When my child was, I think, 6 or 7, no, it must have been 7 or 8 weeks old, that's when she started sleeping longer. So she'd sleep between 6 and 7 hours, no, 5 and 6 hours I think it was. She'd go without food, and then she'd do another 4 hours without food at night time. But that's mainly because she used to stay awake the whole entire day, so she'd be very tired at night time. And now 8 weeks, she's doing between 6 and 7 hours sleep. So it will gradually get longer and whatnot. Your child will, toys. Your child will eventually get interested in toys. For me, it took, I think she was 7 or 8 weeks old, she finally got interested in playing with toys and staring at them and hitting them when she's on her playing mat and stuff. For my friend, I think her child, he must have been 5 weeks old. Obviously every child's different. My child was born 3 weeks early, so she might be 3 weeks behind on all the skills that every other child is learning as soon as they come out. Birth certificates. Now, because of the coronavirus, for me, they contacted me and told me, like, what's my name, where was I born, and all that information. But normally you would contact them before 6 weeks after they've been born. So within just being born to 6 weeks, you're supposed to contact them and arrange everything. Because of the coronavirus, they contacted me because they had to backlog it, because obviously they had to deal with all the deaths and everything, and there was a lot of those, more than there was children being born. So they contacted me, I told them all the information, I then had to go there to sign it, and then you have to go on their website, depending on what country you're from and whatnot. For England, you go on their gov.co.uk, I think it was, and it says like birth certificates and whatnot. I think it's £11 for just your standard birth certificate, because you have to order it. And there was another one that was £35, but I think that might have been a photocopy as well.